Hello! Did it work? Yep, it did. Hi! I saw something that distracted me on the screen. I was like, oh no, it didn't work. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Story Reckless. I am Nathan. I am the DM here, and I use he, him pronouns. Let's do some player intros.
My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Kidam. Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay. I'm sick. And so this one it dropped a lot deeper than I thought it would. I'm playing Kidam, half-elf brave cleric who has recently developed a head cold.
Hell is
That fight with
stressful.
those bone minotaur things.
Mm.
Hello, my name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Calliope, Air Genasi Artificer. And I got a lot of ideas for what to do and what to say to Gideon Lightborn. And give him peace of my mind.
Hi, I'm.
Go ahead.
I'm Enyo. I use they them pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Pip, a slash Verity, a satyr slash tiefling question mark alchemist.
Awesome. Oh, I am for some reason not.
How many names do we all have?
Who knows?
So many.
Excuse me. But yes, hello and welcome back. We're back. We missed last week. There was just some stuff going on, one of which, I'm just going to quickly do this. I got a puppy, a dog. He's a little teenager. He's like 10 months old. This is Arlo. He's very cute and he's very sweet. But he's taking up a lot of my time and I'm a little bit tired because he's kind of a puppy. Well, with that little update out of the way, let's do a quick recap so we can jump right into this. Yeah, it feels so long ago. Wait, last time we played, were we all together? Oh my god, yeah. So, yeah, if you haven't... Oh my god, there's a bunch of dog emojis in chat, and they're pretty cute. Yes, if you haven't watched the last episode, I highly recommend it because we were all in person. The audio is a little funky, which was the first time doing it live, so things that we were figuring out. But if you can get past that, I think it was a wonderful episode. It was really fun. We all had a blast, and being in person, I think, added a lot, so... Okay, recap. Let me switch this over to some more appropriate music that's not so whimsical since we're going back into hell. Okay. Wow. Last we left off, our protagonists had just entered into the secret tunnel beneath the chapel of Torm. Torm? Yes, Torm. Right? Not Tyr, not Helm. Torm.
I think that the Cathedral of Torm.
Sorry,
yes.
Cathedral. Thank you. Cathedral of Torm. The secret passage beneath the Cathedral of Torm to head off to the Grand Cemetery within Elturel in hopes of finding High Rider Gideon Lightward. I hope I gave him the right title. Doesn't matter right now. But in hopes of finding Gideon Lightward. Traveling through this tunnel, you found yourselves at a gap where the floor had fallen away, dropping off into the wide expanse below, and then far, far below is the plains of Avernus and the river Styx winding its way along. But you managed to cross it with some hiccups as some devils assaulted you as you were trying to bridge the gap, one of which got away and flew off somewhere. But you continued running down this passageway and eventually found yourselves up inside the Grand Cemetery, which was full of undead. All sorts of undead just roaming the grounds. But they didn't seem to be very interested in all of you. They took note, but they did not come for any of you as you moved along. But as you approached the chapel at the center of the graveyard where Gideon Lightward may be, as his residence, Calliope informed you all, he lived in a small home at the back of this chapel. As you approached, you could see it was in ruins, much like the rest of Elturel. And what you thought were statues lining the front of the building. There were some statues, but some of them suddenly moved, and you realized that they were large bone minotaurs, still some flesh clinging to their bodies as they stepped out from the shadows and assaulted you. Luckily, you have a cleric, and Kadam used Turn Undead, causing the minotaurs to flee off into the graveyard, as well as an unintended specter that was hiding within one of the statues lining the front of the chapel, which pulled itself free of the statue, screaming and writhing, and flew off into the graveyard, while Kadam apologized for doing this to them. Working your way around the backside of the chapel, which had this strange purple miasma seeming to almost seep out of the back of the chapel, you found Gideon's small, humble home, and to the side of it, at the back of the chapel, there was a large pit that this purple miasma seemed to be spilling out of. And as you approached the doors, you saw a decayed hand reach up and pull a undead body out as this zombie shambled off into the cemetery out of the pit. But nevertheless, before you see this small, humble home. Let me... Yes, you just see a simple stone building. There are very small, like, rounded windows that are, like, up at the top that kind of line the top. But other than that, you just see a set of simple, big, heavy wooden doors that lead into the interior of this small stone home. What would you all like to do?
I think Calliope just marches up. It's like, Gideon! Gideon! I got some words to say!
Okay, so Calliope, you march up to the door.
I march up and, like, I need to get, like, a walking stick or something. That would really rap on these doors. But instead I just do my best and, like, bang on it. Gideon! If you're still alive, we got a city safe!
Okay. As you are banging on the door, what do the other two, what do you guys do?
Pip is a little wary because she did almost just get turned into hamburger meat by a minotaur, and was only saved because of Gadam, but still really wants to get a sample of that purple miasma.
Okay.
It's just gonna be like, I'll be right after you. Just let me get a little, just snag a bit.
Okay, so Pip, you're gonna go up the path towards the pit. Okay. So Pip is kind of wandering off in this direction towards the large pit. And again, I know on the map you can probably see the big minotaurs inside the building. I don't know why they were made visible, but essentially what you see is they seem to be much like the ones when you approached. They're just standing there almost inert, kind of like statuesque. Against the walls, but they're just sort of standing there, not really reacting to you at the moment as you approach the pit. Kadam, what are you doing?
I'm following Calliope, but watching Pip.
Okay. Do you want to be closer to Calliope or stay where you
Yeah,
are?
that'd be closer to both of them.
Okay, go ahead and place yourself.
Love it when a
What,
DM is
don't
like,
trust
very
me?
precise about everyone place where you are.
Yeah. Lulu, I think, is just gonna flutter up and stick with Kadam and Calliope. Right, you have Valor right now. Oh, wait, damn it, I forgot to get Valor's token. Maybe I can do that if you guys do a big, heavy roleplay scene. I can just do it off to the side or something. Valor is definitely gonna stick with you, Kadam, and we'll stand back there. Yes, Pip, did you want to do one more thing before whatever happens next?
Oh, no, I just realized that, oh my gosh, this is so annoying, that I was in the wrong Roll20 game.
Oh!
I was like,
what
what? This doesn't look right. Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. So, Calliope, you are on the door calling out Gideon's name. And you're just saying, I have some words for you?
We got a city to save.
Okay.
Get up off your butt.
All right. Understood.
Pip might actually do one more thing.
Yeah,
Or I don't
sure.
know, is this even...
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. There's nobody really in sight, just the undead?
Go ahead and make a perception roll as you approach the pit.
Yeah, I figured.
Are you rolling at disadvantage, or?
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't know why it rolled twice.
Oh, that's super weird. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you could use your full movement to get up to the edge of the pit. I realize, if that's what you wanted to do. But as you're approaching the pit and you kind of look around and listen, you don't see anything else. You don't hear anything else. You can kind of hear the sort of like this very like almost like white noise. And as you're approaching the pit, you realize as you kind of focus in, it's just there are so many like undead creatures moving throughout this graveyard that there's just this kind of constant low sort of that kind of just comes and goes in waves as you approach the pit. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's all you see as you get up to the pit. When you get to the edge of the pit, looking down into it, you can see all the purple miasma sort of billowing out the top.
I think she's going to touch her medallion of thoughts and to cast detect thoughts just to.
Okay. What's the radius on it, or how does it work exactly?
Let's see. I can use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. I can search for thoughts within 30 feet of me. It can penetrate barriers up to 2 feet of rock.
Okay.
It doesn't work with intelligence of 3 or lower.
Okay.
I think that covers a good part of the cabin. Just throw that out there.
Yeah, it does. I just don't know if. Okay.
You can read Little Dummy's thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, as you throw that out, Calliope's slamming on the door, calling out to Gideon, and immediately you pick up on an intelligent creature behind you, behind the walls of the home. But before you can do anything, Pip, Calliope.
Uh-huh.
What is your relationship with Gideon? You have definitely interacted with Gideon, right?
Yeah, I think like mostly like board meetings and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
mostly like all hands. We've like maybe made small talk at like some parties before. And definitely we don't have a relationship that would have implied that I could speak to him so casually. But
Yeah.
I think the situation has kind of like a broken down any like sense of propriety here.
Yeah, of course. Okay. You suddenly hear like booming through the door. Very loud voice comes through the door. Kadam, you're probably familiar with what's happening here. It sounds as though the voice is being altered and projected out and enhanced. But Calliope, you do recognize Gideon's voice come through the door as he says, State your purpose.
Bringing Elturel back up to the material plane, friend.
And why would you want to do that?
Okay, so quick question. I answered one of your questions. Now you get to answer one of mine. Did you know that this whole thing was going and that the Hell Riders were like bound to Azariel? What's her name? The big Hell Angel lady.
Zoriel.
Zariel, that's the one.
I would like to interject here that Pip, for 1 minute, now that she has detected the presence of this intelligent thought, can read surface level thoughts.
You can, okay. And you can read it through walls. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
My
eavesdropping is really good.
Surface level thoughts as you start to pierce through the wall, as Calliope finishes that phrase, asking questions of this individual within. You get strong feelings of like frustration bubbling up and distrust, as well as like just pure simmering hatred just bubbling within. And you can't necessarily tell what it's like. It's not like that feeling suddenly came into your mind as Calliope starts speaking to this entity. It's just there. Like as soon as you pierced through, you felt this awful feeling come over you of just like simmering hatred, and you see flashes of beings and creatures that you've never seen before, just like kind of flicker through your mind, as that feeling of hatred wells up within. Calliope, as you're kind of saying this, the voice sort of interjects as you're trying to remember Zariel's name. You'll do right to remember her name. Yes, I was aware. I've known for quite some time. Remind me, I recognize the voice coming through this door. You're one of those ones that work with the Dragoons. Yes? With that buffoon. What's his name?
Hey, William is a genius ahead of his time. He's just not understood.
I am tapping on Calliope's shoulder.
What?
Just maybe don't give him your real name.
Yeah, I'm Legend.
Of course you are. Go ahead.
So, we'd like to ask you a couple more questions then. It's gonna kind of be like you're either with us or against us sort of deal. And it's sounding like you're against us.
What makes you say that? Why is it that you want to bring this place back to the material plane so badly? Really think about what it is that you're saying.
I know what I love, and I love this city. I love how it was. You got no right to take it away from a whole bunch of people that didn't even know what was going on.
No right.
No right. No right.
Right.
No right.
Have you not done any reading on scriptures or the beings that rise and live above us and demand so many things of us and control us and send us to places that perhaps we have no control of going to? And,
Great. Let us in and we can have a book club. But we just want to talk.
well, that's what we're doing.
Great.
Until I know what your intentions are beyond getting this place to the material plane, which, I'm afraid, is going to be an impossible task. But perhaps we can find a way to work together, Legend.
Have you given up so quickly?
this was not a quick thing, whoever you may be.
This here's Lyra.
Lyra. I was once a devout follower to Lathander. What a noble god, I thought. Represents the dawn, hope, a new beginning. What has he done? Surely you've seen the landscape below us. Surely you've seen the writhing masses of demons pouring forth, and all of the devils standing strong against them. Do you see any celestial beings down there? Any angels? Any divine intervention? No, none.
I have seen in my dreams my God. More I am theirs, I suppose. They have called me here, and so I have come.
Well, how wonderful.
Well, me on the other hand, I'm just going to interject here. I'm a follower of Gond here, and one of Gond's teachings is that, like, I don't know, he's not going to come down and fix everything for us. It's us and our actions that make the world a better place. We can't sit around waiting for a savior.
And what do you think I've been doing? I'm using
I
my
don't know.
free
What
will.
have you been doing? You've been bringing it down here. You've been working with what's his name, Fabius and whatnot?
Fabius was a small piece, a tool.
Were you working with him?
Not directly, no. I serve her, and I am preparing for what is to come.
Right. Have you seen there was supposed to be a helmet around here? Some kind of artifact?
Are you in league with those fools that went down there?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Yeah, down is very,
Kind of describes the whole city, honestly.
yeah.
There was a group came through here. They were seeking something beneath the chapel. I let them go. But not long after, demons started pouring forth from below.
All right. I might know a thing or two about that.
Really? Please enlighten us.
I don't know if I want to.
That sounds like the talk of the enemy. Why wouldn't you want to share?
Well, I don't trust that you will, that you have their best interests at heart.
How long does the detect thoughts last for, Pip?
It lasts for 1 minute. I was about to ask how.
Okay. So, are you going to do anything else as you start to feel the spell ending?
Oh, what the hell? I mean, I'm gonna push for it. I'm going to. Let's see. What is it? Questions verbally directed. I don't know. Because then he'll definitely know that I've been probing.
Okay. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I want to know what the hell he knows.
Okay. So, what kind of save? Is it wisdom?
Yeah, it's a wisdom. It's a low wisdom save.
Okay. And he knows if he succeeds on this, then he knows that someone's trying to push into his mind. Is that right?
Yes.
I think he knows regardless.
Oh, he does know regardless. I think it's Initial. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Okay. No. If I probe deeper, then the target must make a wisdom saving throw. It doesn't say anything about whether or not. Oh, either way, the target knows you're probing into its mind. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, so hell yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so as you push in, almost within like less than a second, you feel your consciousness shunted forth from this being, and you hear on the other side of the door this don't do that. He rolled a 25 to resist that.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's...
Expressed distrust in you?
One of you was trying to push into my mind.
We all, as a group, turn to look at Pip.
I just look around at the group. I don't know if Pip has this.
Do you, Calliope, you turn and look at Pip?
I think, wait, do I know that you have the... Yeah, it was the whole part of the plan.
It was a purchase, right? Yeah.
It was I think Calliope does.
Okay.
And, like, it gives Pip a thumbs up. It's like, good job, Barry.
Pip, as you... Kadam?
I'm just confused.
Pip, as you're looking back at the group, you catch some movement. And you see within the chapel those minotaurs and turn their heads and just kind of look in your direction as they stand there.
Gonna moonwalk back to the group, I think.
Okay, as you are walking back, they sort of shift and square their shoulders off with you and just watch you as you go. Gideon's voice comes back through.
Hold up. You weren't with the group that went down here? Wait, are you not Gideon?
So you asked that. To be clear...
We did get information that the Duke was coming here to find Gideon and...
Right. Sorry, I misremembered that. I thought Gideon led the group here.
It was the Duke and others. The voice comes back through. If you are with those that went below, then you are no friends of mine. You all start to hear kind of heavy shifting within the chapel behind you. Yes.
Okay, one thing. It sounds like you don't like the fact that demons are coming out. We don't like that either. Might have a little bit of common ground. What if we went down in beneath the chapel, kind of found our group and stopped the demons? And if we don't stop the demons, then we're probably dead. No skin off your back.
Calliope, as you're saying this, you hear the crunching of glass as the rest of you see two massive decaying minotaurs start to step on the broken glass, pushing their way outside, staring at all of you. There is a bit of a pause after you say that. Calliope, I am gonna have to have you make a persuasion roll. I will give you advantage on this.
It's a good deal.
It was a good argument, and go ahead. He
21.
Nice.
Oh, did I forget to join? Sorry, I forgot to join our room. Hold on. Do I see the roll? There it is. Perfect. Okay. 21. Oh my goodness. Very nice. Those two minotaurs standing there in the broken frame of this massive stained glass window, their hooves kind of up on the lip as they're about to push out, staring at you all. You can hear more movement within as glass is crunching under the weight of heavy beings. As one of them reaches a hand out and puts it on the side of the wall to start to pull itself out, it suddenly stops.
I glance back at I'm like, was that good? I'm trying diplomacy. Okay.
Very well. If you intend to go down and destroy the demons, I will offer you some help then. You hear a large kind of bolt slide on the other side of the door. The door slowly opens. And as it opens, Calliope, you've known Gideon, like you said, you've interacted with Gideon before in big council meetings, and have probably seen him at larger gatherings like festivals or gatherings of all the high priests of Elturel, with the high riders present at celebrations. Gideon is kind of a tall, lanky man. He's got dark skin and like thick dreads. He tends to wear like very bright colors of like turquoise and orange with beads kind of adorning his shoulders and around his sash kind of belt area, with lots of imagery of Lathander in kind of gold discs on a lot of the jewelry. The door slides open, or peels open, and standing before you is a shadow of Gideon. It's a husk. His skin is drawn even tauter. He's even lankier than before. It seems to have lost some of its color. The hair used to be very, very dark in coloration, and now it has a lot of gray running throughout it. His hands, you notice as he's pushing the door aside, are almost slightly elongated. The nails have extended outwards, almost into claws. And he's just very gaunt. His clothing, he seems to have completely smeared over all of the symbols of Lathander with thick, like dark residue. You recognize it as dried blood, and kind of very crudely drawn, like with a finger, sort of wiping away some of the areas to create little clean areas to create symbols, is just a crude symbol of like a flaming sword with wings on all of the discs that were once for Lathander. He stands there with the door open, looking at you, head tilted to the side.
You look like shit.
I've come to accept this new form. You don't look so great yourself.
That's fair.
Can I... What's my detect undead thing called? Can I do Eyes of the Grave?
Yes, you can. So you throw up Eyes of the Grave. What's the radius again?
So, like 30 feet?
Okay. I mean...
60.
60, okay. I mean, immediately, lots of strong undead around you.
For him.
But for him, as you look at him, you are hit with that strong sensation, that kind of cold chill that runs up your spine, and you detect that this is indeed a husk of Gideon. This is an undead husk of the man that once was Gideon. He stands there staring at you all. Why don't we retreat into the chapel? And his voice has now dropped down to a normal speaking voice. And he kind of gestures back towards the minotaurs that are standing in the big broken stained glass window.
Sounds great to me.
Okay, so you all head inside.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Never liked him. He always had the minutes go long.
he he kind of like pushes past you all and starts leading the way as you head into this chapel. Pip, you never got a chance to, I guess it was happening so fast, you never got a chance to actually try to collect a sample. I guess we'll resolve that later. If you come back out and you have time, you can try that later.
Okay.
As he kind of steps up and over this, like, it's probably like a little 3-foot wall of stone that where the lip of the window was. He kind of like hops up over and into the room, stepping onto the broken glass. You all following behind, stepping inside here. You...
Some of us might think that we were letting ourselves be surrounded, but I know Gideon, he was the stickler for the rules. If anybody like violated the like rules of meetings, there's like terms of order or something, like, you know, he'd rewind everything. I don't think he'd lie. Besides the, the big lie about damning all of our souls. Anyway, never mind.
And as you're pushing through here, as you're saying all this calliope, Valor is like nervously glancing at you, Kadam, and kind of straightening up and like tightening her grip on her greatsword, which she kind of has off to one side. There are 4 of these like corpses of minotaurs, and these ones look even less bone-like. There are just hunks of flesh clinging to the bodies of these minotaurs. But he steps up to what appears to be kind of a rounded wall within this chapel, and there are these large, ornate curtains that kind of drape over the entrances into the chamber beyond. They are a bit worse for wear, but nevertheless kind of block line of sight into there. As he places a hand on and peels aside the curtains, he reveals within, you immediately see these 2 humanoid creatures within, their heads sort of twitching insect-like. There are about the size of a human, like your average human, like about 5'9" or so. These strange, hard carapace insect-like humanoids standing within, their heads sort of as they twitch and look towards you. They are wielding these like massive, or these large, almost trident-like spears. Their carapaces are like a deep purple, almost black in coloration, and as the light catches the carapace, it sort of like shimmers with a multitude of like greens and pinks as the light sort of hits it in the brighter spots. The underside of the belly is like a really almost bright purple in coloration, and they have 4 insect-like arms with these little pincers that are holding on to this large spear as they kind of... their eyes are a deep faceted orange with all sorts of little facets on them. But Gideon steps inside and gestures for you all to enter within as he holds the curtain off to one side.
I get an insight check on him.
Yep.
In terms of how far gone is he?
Yeah.
Like, is he open to not just making a deal with us, essentially, but open to persuasion or alternative methods of salvation? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a loaded word.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Okay. 23.
How long does your Eyes of the Grave last? No, it's only like 6 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 seconds.
he, with a 23, he has.
Does he have hope?
Does
That
he have
is what
hope?
I'm
Yeah.
asking, I think.
Yeah. In these moments, you've seen an individual who seems so driven and focused, and just like his whole face is tight with like rage and just almost discomfort. You are having a hard time detecting any flashes of doubt coming across his mind that would maybe lead you to believe that there is hope there. And with the kind of knowledge of casting Eyes of the Grave, you're not sure. There would probably have to be something further involved to really bring him back from the brink, with his soul being kind of bound up within this. In fact, I think typically with an undead, the soul is essentially gone.
Usually gone.
Yeah.
Not always, but usually. Is he a white?
He's something different.
Something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether there is hope there for him, I think in this moment, you don't think so. It doesn't seem like there is. But he does seem to be fixated on this task that is at hand and the potential of using you all for it.
All right.
He gestures for you all to step inside this rounded chamber. Do you all step within?
I guess Calliope peeks in. Hey, is there stairs down in there, or?
So as you peek in, Calliope, looking within the chamber, you can see stairs curving down into the underbelly of the chapel here, and getting kind of nods towards it. Would you all like to enter?
You got something, Verity?
No, just sort of wondering, is this a quid pro quo? We go kill some demons, and in return, I mean, there's dead demons, but also we get help?
If you agree to kill these demons below, yes, I can provide you with one of them. And he gestures to the strange insect creatures which are looking at all of you.
I turn to the one he gestured towards.
Okay.
Hi. My name's Lyra. What's yours?
It looks at you, and they sort of cock their head, and this is interesting. When it says, I know this is my call, but I'm curious for all of you what you think. When it says telepathy, but it also lists languages, I'm assuming that the telepathic communication is in the languages that they know, right?
That would be how I would interpret that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well then, Kadam, you hear back the kind of that you've heard it a lot now. You hear back Infernal coming through your mind as the creature sort of stares at you, and you just see its big mandibles kind of, as the phrase ends, just...
Can I repeat it back to Calliope and Valor?
Ooh, this is like a memory check. I think this is like an intelligence check, just a straight intelligence check.
5.
Calliope, Kadam Kadam says something to the effect of, I am the feet that is the best of the smells.
Oh, hey, feet.
You say that to the insect creature?
Yes.
Okay. You say that in common, and it just kind of turns its head towards you and looks. Gideon looks at you all. All right, if you're done with this, please.
Yeah, so we're going to kill any demons that we come across in there, and if we can, and if we find out how they're coming in, we can close that up. We're not going to, do 100% extermination of that thing. We got our own schedule, but we'll do our best.
Good. And if you find that fellow and his band of fools down below, please kill them for me. I believe that they're behind this recent incursion.
We'll certainly investigate it.
And you just left them down there yourself? Did you also have, a deal with them?
I didn't find it necessary at the time. They were seeking out some... Oh yes, one of you mentioned it. That silly artifact of Torm's. I have no need for such a thing.
Why don't you come down with us? It might behoove you to clean up your own mess.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Can't.
Please. And he gestures to the stairs.
All right. And Big Dummy, I think, starts making its way down.
All right, Calliope, as you start to walk to the top of the stairs, the metallic sound on stone echoing in this chamber. Pip, are you staying out? What are you doing, Pip, in this moment?
I think Pip was just waiting for somebody else to make the first move, and then is like, well, it's not the first time I've jumped into a hole with no exit plan.
Okay. And Kadam, what about you?
I think I stand there at the top of the stairs and just kind of look at him.
Okay. As Calliope, as you start to head down the stairs, you are suddenly confronted by a cacophony of sound, just crescendoing up the stairs as you hear multiple bodies pushing and moving on stone. You hear the loud clicking, clacking sound of something you almost feel like maybe armor or weapons clanking on stone as there's this and this horrendous din of just coming up the stairs, and from around the corner you start to see a hard carapace of another, what you suspect is some sort of insect creature, but this thing is massive. It is bigger than a horse, and you see these two large pincers as you hear that clicky clacky sound as it pushes its way up the stairs, and almost climbing over each other there is a din, a small writhing mass of these strange looking creatures that are quadrupedal almost as they move along the stairs. They have sort of squashed in snouts that you can see where the lips would be are almost drooping off and scarred and cut. There's lesions all over them. There's blood and drool dripping out of their mouths, and where their mouths are just filled with just chaotic mess of teeth. And they also have these kind of big drooping ears that sort of extend off the sides of their head as they are trying to claw their way past each other to get up to the top of the stairs. And all of these creatures are being led by this strange looking massive scorpion-like creature.
I'll like stumble back to it. Up to the door. It's like, oh, hello.
As this chaos is erupting up the stairs and you start to stumble back,
Yeah.
let's do an initiative roll to see what happens. All right.
Oh, eager fellas.
Oof, that's an 8.
Okay.
15.
Oh, I forgot to clear the last initiative order. You know what, actually? No, I'll clear it.
Nathan, what are these?
You will find out.
Okay. I'm gonna have to clear a backstory thing with you later.
Yes.
If they are what I think they are.
And I would love to do one thing before we actually get to combat here with
Yeah.
Gideon.
Okay. So is this just before this din of sound is erupting up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me grab
Do
these
your thing.
rolls really quick.
Yeah.
Do they smell like anything?
Uh,
Does it smell like disgusting in here?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Uh,
Thinking like there was
Oh.
a lot of rotting meat up there.
oh yeah,
Some she rank.
definitely.
I'm missing something.
So you got an 8, Pip. Calliope, you got a 15,
Yes.
and Kadam.
6.
Wow, y'all. And Valor,
15.
15. Okay,
Save us NPC.
and final one is Lulu. Lulu has just been like watching all this. Okay. All right. So before this chaos erupts, Kadam, what are you doing with Gideon? You can hear Calliope starting to descend down the stairs, and you're staring at Gideon. What did you want to do?
I am truly sorry to hear you can't move forward. And I will pull a vial of holy water out and pass it over to him to use however you want.
Make a persuasion roll, Kadam.
23.
There's the briefest of moments where his face softens and it immediately snaps back as there's a chaotic mess of sound that suddenly erupts behind you, and you hear Calliope scrambling up the stairs, and his face immediately snaps back. And you, what'd you say? You
Keep holding it out to him. I do not turn, is what I said. Keep holding it out to him.
He grabs it out of your hand in one quick movement. It's almost a little painful as he slaps it out of your hand and clutches it in his own. And we'll see what happens on his turn. As the sound billows up the stairs, and this strange demonic scorpion is coming right at you, Calliope. You can see where you would expect to see the sort of odd, arachnid mandibles and multitude of eyes. There instead is this sort of flattened, stretched out, human-like face that is just going screaming at you as it's trying to pull itself up into your own space. Okay, first up is Valor.
Run and whack.
Go
This is
for
what
it.
she does best.
All right, so she comes
All right.
running straight up.
This is the 2d6 weapon. Okay. First attack. It helps to roll to hit first. Oh, so much. Oh, she has such a high bonus.
Sorry.
15.
15. A 15 to hit.
Yeah.
That does hit.
Okay.
Sorry, I just want to acknowledge Curmudgeonly Corncob said they're obviously dogs. Just so good. Yeah, 15 hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
7 slashing.
7 slashing. Okay. So she brings down her greatsword. That she gets multi attack, right?
She does, yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Do we know if the damage is halved?
Yeah. How does it look like it's taking what what one might expect?
So for this, let's see. Yeah, this creature, its carapace just crushes under the weight of her sword.
19.
19 hits.
13 slashing.
15 slashing. Okay, so 2 big hits, and that face just looks up at her. All right. Anything else for Valor?
If she stands there, she can't actually access the creature, correct? Or can she?
That is a good question. I'm gonna hold on. I forget, is that? I think that is a wall. Yeah, that is a wall. So that is a full wall that goes up to the ceiling.
I think I'm gonna risk the attack of opportunity. Move back.
Okay. Then this scorpion is going to only gets a 6 as its claw.
That does not answer my question, but
okay. Next up is Calliope.
Is there anywhere I can stand and hit them from 10 feet away so I don't get disadvantage on my lance attack?
You could. Ooh, no, it's pretty crowded in here.
It's pretty crowded. I was
Yeah.
thinking of maybe scoot in between Pip and the wall here.
You mean like right here? That
Yeah.
space I think is too tight for you and
Yeah,
Big
that's fair. That's fair. Man, that's unfortunate.
Dumb. Yeah.
I guess it's the same for them though too. I'm going to have Big Dummy disengage,
Okay.
move, I think, back here.
Okay.
I'm gonna step off,
Okay.
and then Big Dummy's gonna move back to there.
Okay. Okay.
And then I will use my action. So that was bonus action to have Big Dummy make the dodge action, I think. No, that's just his action.
That's just
So I
his
can
action,
use.
yeah.
I'm gonna have his bonus action be dodge then.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna shoot, I think, a little firebolt.
Go for it. Oh man, for some reason all of your image is super choppy. We can hear you just fine, but your image
Yeah,
is really choppy.
I think my computer is overheating. It's really hot here.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Actually, can I have just shocking grasp before I moved?
Sure. So
Okay,
you
cool.
reach out and grab on. Go
And
for it.
it's not made of metal, or it doesn't have metal on it? Okay. Nope, that's an @1, so cool.
Nat
And
one.
so
Okay.
Big Dummy just kind of unceremoniously dumps me and then like it goes and just like does what it does. It's gonna plug a hole.
Yeah, I think you get a little ahead of yourself, and as you go to grab onto it with shocking grasp, you give the command sort of like too soon, and you lose your balance as Big Dummy.
And I just get
pushes
spirally.
And you just fall over backwards and land on your ass. So you fall prone, but you have plenty of movement, so you're able to stand up. But we do see as Calliope tumbles over, landing on her ass, and then Big Dummy kind of leaps past you, Pip, and into position there. Okay, is that it? Uh-huh.
I love that the camera was probably just like still tight on Kidam and Gideon this whole time, and then like it saw Calliope like going down the stairs. There's like a whole bunch of commotion, like she just like comes stumbling back up and like falling off of Big Dummy while the camera is just like sticking on this like emotional moment. It's just like it's chaos over here.
Absolutely. All right, if that is it for you, Calliope, I mean, the Minotaurs can't really do anything because they're too big, but they kind of like step into the doorway and will hold their actions. The strange insect creatures. Hold on, they have a couple of things. Okay, that is maybe a little extreme. Man, it is crowded over there. They have...
Actually, this is an actually useful thing.
Yeah.
Valor will do her leadership ability.
Okay.
And call out, get in and get out.
Okay.
There's not much space.
Okay, and what does that do?
So for the next minute, a creature, let's say Calliope, actually, no, she doesn't like Calliope that much. I guess me? Kadam gets to add a D4 to all attack rolls and saving throws.
Got it, okay.
But that's like a general command for the group.
Got it. I think one of these insect creatures, its head kind of twitches, and you probably you're looking at Gideon, so you don't see this, Kadam. Pip, you maybe notice this. Kind of starting at the top of the head and running all the way down where you would kind of imagine a spine to be on a typical humanoid. You watch these strange little antennae sort of like cascade down. They kind of pop out of the back, like waving down the back. And as they do, you kind of see a little bit of energy like run across them, and suddenly this insect creature just seems to collapse in on itself in an instant and disappear. And then you watch as it reappears right next to Big Dummy, sort of pressed up against the wall there. And it's going to slam out with its spear. And yeah, so it's gonna make 2 attacks with its spear. Here we go. Wow, and misses both. Damn. Okay. Yeah, the big scorpion is just deflecting these attacks from the insect creature there. Okay. And it has no idea what Valor said. So it stands there. All of the strange beings at the back that are kind of writhing and moaning back there are they're gonna like climb over the top of this scorpion. I will have them make some checks to do so. I'm just gonna call this straight dex checks. So 4 of them are gonna try to clamber on top of the scorpion and just push past it. Okay, so 3 of them are able to climb up onto it. 1 of them gets kicked or kind of batted away by the scorpion's tail and sort of falls on its back, just and they try clambering up on and kind of get within range of the insect creature and Big Dummy. The other ones come running up, and everything within 10-foot radius of these guys. So as they're sort of moaning and wailing, yeah, so it'll just get picked. These other beings aren't affected by it, but you watch as along the neck and kind of running onto the shoulders, the skin suddenly kind of burbles, and you realize, Pip, that there's these like almost look like gland sacs that sort of pucker outwards and suddenly and start spraying this like foul thick liquid around, and the air just suddenly fills. You asked if it was really smelled bad in here. The air just fills with this pungent, potent odor of like sour and sickly sweet and rot as it just fills the room. All of you smell this, but you, Pip, unfortunately are hit directly by it, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. Just gagging, trying really hard not to. Boom, boom, boom. That's a 22.
Woo, okay, you succeed.
You're gonna have to do better than that. Look, I deal with these kinds of stenches all the time. You should have lived with my brother. He was disgusting.
And the other one's just gonna try to attack the insect creature. So,
Deflect. Dealy do from Big Dummy.
so that's a disadvantage. So
I think Big Dummy kind of like looks back and she's like, ally? Like, and Convy's just like kind of getting up, so like, yeah, plug the hole, help each other.
And it ineffectually is like batting at this insect as Big Dummy bats away at it. Lulu comes flying up, and she's going to, she's gonna attack with her little tusks, and is unable to hit. And
Has
Pip,
anybody hit anything?
I know, right? Pip, you are up.
Oh, well, this is terrible. Okay, I would like to spray them with bullets, but there's freaking Lulu's in my way. I'm not going to hit Lulu.
I can move. It might not go well.
Oh. Well,
I'll,
this makes it a little difficult.
I'll get out of your way. So because you and Lulu are kind of going at the same time, she'll risk the attack of opportunity. She's gonna and dart up out of the way.
Oh God.
So she comes flying over to you, Kadam, as both of these creatures are gonna swing out with their
I'm sorry,
claws.
Lulu. I didn't mean it.
Oh, one actually hit.
What?
But it only does 3 slashing damage to her.
All right. Well, now that Lulu risks that, I feel like Big Dummy's still in the way, and also the bug. I was just lashing out, Lulu. I'm so sorry.
Could you get an angle from the top corner there and like hit them with the cone?
Could I? Yeah. I guess that is, I feel like I would still hit Big Dummy. If I...
This
Yeah,
is
where I
poison spray,
move.
yeah? Are you talking about?
No,
Something
I was going to just hit them with I have like an AoE attack.
You're
Okay,
gonna-
yes, I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
It's the 15-foot cone, right?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you would get
I would get everyone.
everyone. I will say this. I would say that everyone probably minus the scorpion because it's so big. I would give the little guys, they're behind like probably 3/4 cover because of how this is like a big thick wall. So they just get I think it's a +5 to their saving throw with 3/4 cover. But they would still take damage.
I mean, I could just wait until we're in a better position, but this is it. This is when they're all together.
You can just shoot through Big Dummy. Big Dummy can take it.
You can take it, right, Big Dummy? Are you sure? That's okay?
It like kind of takes a power stance.
Pip kind of just looks back at Calliope and is like, doesn't actually say anything, but just sort of mouths like, okay?
Yeah, so actually, I've been meaning to flame treat it. Like, you get these like really cool kind of like iridescent. Oh, yeah, go for it.
We'll workshop it. And then cocks the gun.
Okay.
The eyes light up and a huge flame and a bunch of shrapnel shoots out of the goat mouth.
Awesome. So firing out, hitting Big Dummy, and hitting the scorpion and the 3 creatures that are on the stairs there. Because it's a 15-foot cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So flames, shrapnel, fire go shooting into the hall. Calliope, you just see all of the people in front of you suddenly light up and become a silhouette for just a second. Pip, go ahead and roll your damage, and they will all... I need Big Dummy to roll as well. They will all roll saving throws.
Are these
Oh, yeah,
dex?
right. Because it's saving throws, which is
Dex. Yeah.
9.
3d10.
What's the DC again?
It is dexterity. My spell save. Okay, cool. That's 13.
13. Okay. Wow, all of the little ones made it. If your spell save's 13, yeah, all the little ones made it.
Damn it.
See if the big one makes it. Rolls a natural 20. But go ahead
Oh
and
my God.
roll the 3d10 damage.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, Pip.
that's 11. Oh, I'm in the wrong room, but
Wait, did you?
that is
Okay.
okay. So they take half as much damage on a failed save, and I still get 3d6 fire damage.
Did you roll 3d10?
I did roll 3d10.
And you got 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you roll that? I don't see it.
Yeah, I put it in the wrong.
Okay.
I was in the wrong room because I was playing a different game.
Okay, so 11, so that is 5 points of piercing to all of them.
I think
And yeah.
Big Dummy is
and-
like braces for the attack, and it doesn't come for a second. And it turns around to look at you right as you fire, which is why it fails. And
they all
takes the
succeed.
blast for all of them.
Yeah, Big Dummy basically deflected most of the blast, and it just went around Big Dummy into all of them. All right.
Well, I guess you're getting your flame treatment at least.
Go ahead and roll the
And that's
D6s.
also 11 fire damage.
11 fire damage. Okay, so 5 fire damage. Let me check
God
something.
damn it.
Wait, how much total?
10.
Oh,
And
total. Total. It was 11 and 11, so 22.
Oh my god. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, it is now your. Oh yeah, Pip. What else would you like to do with your turn?
Yeah, well, look at that. I'm gonna move out. Or let's see. I mean, Big Dummy didn't get hit at all, right?
Big Dummy took almost all the blast.
Oh, Big Dummy took it all?
Yeah. Big Dummy
Pretty
failed.
Okay. Oh my god, Big Dummy failed. Okay, in that case, I'm going, Pip is just going to take out, her her little orange paste and just like slap it onto Big Dummy and cast Mending and just be like, God damn it.
Oh, I don't think you can do that because it's that would
Oh.
be 2 actions, yeah.
Oh, right.
We're not playing Lancer. Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot. Okay, what are my bonus actions? I guess I could take a
Whew, it's hard.
damn it. A bonus action would be Healing Word, but Mending doesn't do that. So never mind.
Okay. So as the
I'm
blast
sorry.
and the smoke clears, if that's your turn, Pip, the strange demonic scorpion with the humanoid face rears up and is going to make its attacks.
Valor calls out. Oh gosh.
What does Valor call out?
Yeah.
Back up, I think.
Out
Back up, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move. Pip is gonna move out of the way.
Okay, Pip moves out of the way as the scorpion goes for...
Oh, I'll just move back.
It will go for Big Dummy. It'll go 1 for Big Dummy, 1 for the insect creature. So, sure. The big stinger goes towards Big Dummy for an 11 to hit, so it just off the metal, and the claws miss the insect creature. Kadam, you're up. You are looking at Gideon.
Pull out my mirror. Punch it. Still looking at him.
Okay. And the shards go flying everywhere.
Yep. And I'll say, here's your chance. And turn towards the rest of the battle.
Okay, so that is a 15-foot radius.
Yep.
Okay.
And I would like to move myself.
Let me maybe change the color first.
To silver. If you don't mind. Thank you ever so.
There you go.
Um,
So we can see it.
yeah, that's sufficient, I guess.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Gideon. Kadam, you don't see this. Your back is to Gideon. But the rest of us see Gideon tuck the holy water away and then look towards the demons that are coming up the stairs. His eyebrows furrow. And he stares at that scorpion. And his eyes suddenly flash. And the scorpion's gonna make a saving throw. Wow, succeeds. Okay. Incredible. It succeeded. And it still takes half this damage. Okay, so... so that's 18 points of necrotic damage, halved to 9. As its face starts to moan and cry as the carapace sort of cracks and withers away as Gideon stares into its face. And that was Gideon's turn, I believe. So he uses that ability. Okay, next up is Valor.
Rose up her hands. Oh gosh, this would be very badass.
Yeah.
Why not? She's... Oh, are we doing potions as bonus actions or actions?
Healing potions are bonus. Regular potions are action.
Oh, I don't know if that's worth it then.
It would have been light.
She'll squeeze in here, shoot with her crossbow, I guess, because she
Okay.
can't get into melee.
Okay. Shooting at the scorpion.
Whoever's most injured.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, the scorpion.
Okay.
22.
Yes, that hits.
Gosh, it's just a straight roll, isn't it?
Probably.
Oh, hold on, that is not a 22. 18.
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay. And 7 piercing damage.
Wow, this is a big hit. Thump into the scorpion. It is looking really messed up. Is that it for Valerie?
Back up again.
Okay.
Yes.
Calliope, you're up. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Big Dummy, come over here. Come over here. Let's get you looked up. Big Dummy will disengage,
Okay.
move back. I will move on to it.
Okay.
And then let's make some lance attacks.
Go for it.
I think first one on the scorpion.
Okay.
This is just a flat roll. 13.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, a 13.
13.
That does not hit.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, second lance attack then. 12.
Oh, no.
Cool. Great. Awesome. We're doing
So,
great here.
Deflects both those attacks. Anything else for you, Calliope?
I think Big Dummy and I just move back forward.
Okay.
I can't mount and then dismount, can I?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you push forward, getting into that position there. Taking us to the insect creatures. This one is going to stab at the scorpion. Boom. Does not hit. And just hits. And with that, it skewers the humanoid face right through. And it stops, and the scorpion goes limp. Leaving just these strange moaning creatures that are trying to pull themselves over towards you all. The other one will move forward, see a opportunity, and you watch as all, I guess Kadam, you now see this as all those little antenna unfurl on its back, and it collapses in on itself and teleports over into that position. I think I didn't actually check. I think, is that an action? Oh, that is an action. So I guess I messed up the last one, but whatever. It's fine. So appears there. Okay. All the moaning creatures, they go for what's in front of them. So
Whiz saves, please, on the first 2.
the first 2 make wisdom saves. Go ahead and roll your damage.
11 points of radiant.
And what's your spell save DC?
15.
Okay, so one of them makes it 11 points, so that's 5 to this one. The other one rolled a natural 1, so that makes it 0. And this one is torn to shreds by the pieces of glass, and it falls down, and does start to turn into, well, this is in an instant, but yeah. Okay, so that one is gone. This one is going to go for the insect creature that's in front of it. Boom, boom. It gets a natural 20. Does 8 points as it carves into that insect creature. And the other one is going to push into the cloud. Will make another wisdom save. And fails. So it takes how much damage?
11.
11. So as it pushes in, it's just gets eviscerated and collapses down on top of the one that was there. And the other 2 just push forward and attack the other insect creature. Okay, next up, we have Lulu. Okay. She looks over at you, Pip. Are you gonna do that thing again, or should I stay here?
Just go ahead. I only have 1 charge left. And then not gonna waste it on these guys unless it's necessary.
Okay. And she will go flying forward, and I can't see what I'm doing here because there's so many. There we go. Yeah. Flies forward and attacks with her tusk. Okay, Pip, you are up.
Well, I'm all the way back here. I'm gonna just shoot it.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack.
$15.
Tommy's sitting on Minotaur swords. Amazing. 15 hits. And is that 10 points of piercing? Wow.
Yes.
So yeah, you and it drops, starts to roll down the stairs. That one is eliminated. And now there are only 2 left. What would you? Anything else you'd like to do, Pip?
Let's see. No. What the hell? I'm gonna send Gilder in there. Gilder, just go chip away at him.
Gilder goes scurrying across the ground, right up to the strange creature that's standing there.
And I guess it just will attack.
Little burst of light.
Blah blah blah. Okay. Just gonna roll. That's a 10.
A 10 to hit?
Yeah.
That does not hit, unfortunately. I think
That's
that
okay.
as Gilder goes to attack, this creature just and slams down a clawed foot on top of Gilder and kind of keeps him pinned there for a moment. Kadam, you are up.
Hold the dead on the one that's nearest to me.
All right. Hold. Oh, what do you do when your mirror is shattered? You just hold the frame out?
I think I grab a shard
That's cool.
and like turn it towards the creature.
It somehow got an 18 on its way.
Well, there's no point in me rolling these dice then.
Yeah. Anything else for you, Kadam?
Nope.
All right. Gideon very calmly steps forward and stares down this other creature that's trying to get at one of the insect creatures, and it fails, so it's going to take full damage. 22 points of necrotic damage, and it just and basically melts into the stairs, being destroyed. And at the top of the round, we're at 9 o'clock here. If you want, we can see if Valor can knock this thing out, but there's one left. There's no way it's going to survive, but I would, if you want to.
She would love to.
Let's see if
I
Valor.
would also love to hit something just once this combat.
Let's see.
If Valor doesn't finish
Yeah,
it.
let's see if Valor finishes it off.
It's got to be a crossbow, though.
Well, I would say.
Do you think she can fit there?
One of them was standing there.
Yeah, one of them. That's true.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Whack whack. Where are we here?
I have to get Valor's token for next week. If one of you can help me with that and just remind me, I will.
Oh,
Yeah. Nat 19, which is a crit.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that hits.
Nice.
It's just climbing.
20 points of slashing damage.
I'm sorry, Calliope. Valor pushes past you, and how does Valor kill the last one?
Ooh. Is she left-handed?
Sure, she's left-handed.
Cool.
She is using a great sword, but yeah.
She is using a great sword. But can I say that she, like, grabs left hand in front, can't quite reach around the corner and this purple creature, so ends up just kind of thrusting herself sideways to get around.
So this massive great sword, she just uses all of her strength and lunges it forward, and using a great sword like a rapier is able to thread the needle and slam right into this thing's chest, skewering it as it and you can see her there trembling with the weight of it at the end of her sword, flexing, and she just pulls it out as it clatters to the ground. She looks at you, Calliope, and just kind of smiles, showing her canines. All right. As the cacophony dies down, Gideon kind of lets out a sigh of relief, looks over you all. Well, you handle yourselves well. Good luck down there. And he will gesture to the insect creature that's standing next to him, which will and sort of turn and start to go down the stairs, leading the way. Any final words here before we end tonight's session?
I'll cast Mending on Big Dummy to get Dummy up to full, which we discovered recently actually has a minute-long casting time.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it's not actually a mid-combat.
Yeah, that is really good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
as Calliope hunkers down, as all of you start to go down the
I
stairs.
think Pip also feels bad and is going to help with that.
So the two of you working on Big Dummy as you start to go
see,
down.
I told you it'd be fine. Look at this cool these streaks and stuff. I swear it makes it go faster.
And as you all start to head down, Kadam, there's just one moment where you catch Gideon looking after you as you descend into the darkness, and then he turns and leaves. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. We're going to call it there. We'll see you all next week. Oops, I said that right as the transition. We'll see you next week. I don't think we have any announcements, so yeah. Have a lovely evening.
Dungeon crawl time!
Yay!
Bye!
Yeah.
I have to find the
Good
thing.
old
There it is.
Classic
Bye!
dungeon crawl.